Hello, I'm Peter Fenrich. Welcome to Teaching Skills for Post-Secondary Educators. This video is based on Chapter 1, the Instructional Development Cycle of my book, Practical Principles of Instructional Design. By the end of this presentation, you should be able to describe the strengths and weaknesses of the ADDIE Instructional Development Cycle model. The instructional development cycle is a systematic, iterative process of activities needed for creating lessons and courses. The purpose of following the instructional development cycle is to help ensure that your lessons teach effectively. There are many instructional development cycle models. Most models include all or most of the same phases in one form or another. Many people use the ADDIE model. You can decide if that's a good idea or not. ADDIE is an acronym for Analysis, Design, Development, Implementation, and Evaluation. Imagine you'll be creating a 45-hour course and will follow the ADDIE model. Take a moment to analyze what the strengths of the ADDIE model are. Pause the video. Click on play when you're ready to compare your answers to mine on the next slide. Strengths of the ADDIE model are: each phase is necessary, it is simple. It is intuitive in that there is a logical flow from one phase to the next. Information gained in a prior phase is needed for the next phase. Now, think about what could be the weaknesses of the ADDIE model if you follow it to create a 45-hour course. Pause the video. Click on play when you're ready to compare your answers to mine on the next slide. Weaknesses of the ADDIE model are: there's no planning phase. That could be okay if you're creating a PowerPoint. However, for bigger projects, such as creating an entire course, planning needs to be done. Evaluation only happens after the work's been done. Evaluation should happen at least after every phase. The evaluation phase should include revision. There's little point in evaluating if you're not going to revise. Reflect back on what you have learned and write down your key points to remember. Pause the video. Click on play when you're ready to compare what you have to my key points to remember. The instructional development cycle is a systematic, iterative process of activities that are necessary for creating instructional content. If you follow an instructional development cycle model, you'll be much more likely to create effective teaching material. The ADDIE instructional development cycle includes the analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation phases. These phases are essential. The ADDIE model could be improved if planning and revision phases are added and if evaluation and revision are done at least after every phase. You have finished the lesson. Perhaps it's time to celebrate. The content in this presentation and the others in the series are based on my book. I wrote the book because post-secondary educators are hired for their content expertise. They often have little or no training in their profession of teaching. This interactive book aims to solve that problem by providing just-in-time learning in how to teach effectively. This book contains far more detail than is reasonable to provide in the presentations. If you would like the book, the link in my YouTube channel takes you to Amazon.